Sunny skies, 61 degrees in Pontiac, Michigan. Chad Bush and Joe Mooney with you. We are underway, and the Division II District Championship from Notre Dame Prep and at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Luke Crichton on the mound to face the leadoff hitter, Tomasino Offer. Swing and a miss. Luke starts it out right for the Eaglets with a K. Offer is out. One up, one down. Joe, look, this has been a record year for Notre Dame Prep, 29-6, school record for wins, as we take a look at their two-hitter Drake Roa, the Central Michigan commit.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Gendro's done a great job here. He is a guy that's basically going to give it all he possibly can. He's a selfless leader there at Notre Dame Prep, has been around either the youth sports and youth baseball circuit as well as the high school circuit, and has done a great job with this team. 29 wins is phenomenal.
Ground ball, base hit into center field for the future Chippewa, who's fired up. All 6'2", 200 pounds. This is a special athlete, a three-sport star, Drake Roa, who won a state title in football earlier this year. And he gets it rolling here, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, just a great piece of hitting there. He's got an up-the-middle approach right here, and all he wants to do is put the ball in play, and he just basically drives it up the middle. Great play. Great athlete, too, as you're talking about. His dad, and we're going to talk a little bit more about his dad later, but, boy, he's got a great pedigree there, doesn't he?
He does. Joe Roa is his father.
The Roa Constrictor.
That's right.
That's like a WWF guy. He was a baseball player, but that sounds like WWF, doesn't it? The Roa Constrictor coming in.
There goes the runner. It's popped and fouled away. He'll have to come on back. But it was a good jump for the speedy Drake Roa, who just does everything oh so well. Switch hitter as well. But this is Henry Yules, the Lehigh commit.
Yeah, Henry Yules was told by Jason Gendro, the coach, that he is the best student athlete he's ever coached. How about that? Like, that's
impressive.
An amazing, impressive compliment.
Popped up first base side. There's some hustle there from Conrad, who's in at first base. He's the only change for the Eaglets defensively in this ball game. It's Derek Conrad at first.
Yeah, and Henry Yules is a great two-way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see him later today on the mound, but he's a great two-way, and I think that there's you're going to see just a great athlete overall here. I mean, again, Lehigh, by the way, I don't know, for those
beautiful
of you that
area, right?
Have you not been to Lehigh, it is absolutely worth it. It's about, I'd say, 60, 70 miles north of Philadelphia, and in the mountains there. It is gorgeous. I was there at Saucon Valley Country Club. If you ever played Saucon Valley, unbelievable place. And Saucon is that whole area is just gorgeous. And so
there goes the runner. Alezai's throw is on point, and he is out. An absolute bullet from the future Spartan, and Alezai dials up a caught stealing. Out at second base is the very difficult to gun down.
Yeah, Chad,
Roa.
I have a 1:89 pop time right here because I got to tell you, Roa is a very fast athlete.
Strike three called. Eaglets with momentum. The K from the righty Crichton to retire the side. Here come the Eaglets with nothing solved in Pontiac.
Wind's kind of big.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think. It's a place where we learn how to think. Education of the mind can be found almost anywhere. Education of the soul is what I've been taught at St. Mary's. So, if you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
Everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
So here come the Eaglets, 22-11 under Nick DePonio in his second year. And they will face Yules, the Lehigh commit and the left-hander, and it's Luke Crichton to lead things off for St. Mary's.
Yeah, Chad, you're going to see Yules, bring it up maybe 87, 88. But he's a mid-80s guy. He's going to pound the zone a lot. Got a nice little slide piece as well, and he features a nice changeup as well. So I'm a huge fan of this kid. Great student athlete, and again, football guy as well.
There's a ground ball to third. It's off the glove of Offer. That'll be an error. So Crichton is on. He'll take it. The hard hit ball. We'll call it an error for now. We can debate it later. But the leadoff man is on, and Crichton, something he didn't do in game one. It's a good start for the Eaglets.
Yeah, I think what's being lost here, Chad, is that he hit it hard. I mean, if you hit it hard, good things are going to happen here.
This is a guy that hit it hard several times in game one. It's Nate Bauman, the right fielder.
Lots of confidence from Bauman. And with, obviously because he should be confident. The guy's doing great.
The Eaglets won 12-5 to get to this game.
Let's see if they do a hit and run here, Chad.
It's good speed with Crichton at first. He and Duff have been neck and neck in the stolen base race all year. It's a strike called by the lefty. As Joe told you, it's a mid-80s fastball, but it's not really the velo that plays so well for Yules. It's his location of that great curveball and the command of that fastball. It's just a fastball and curve guy, Joe, but it's been enough for him when he throws strikes, and that's what he is, a strike thrower.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He pounds his zone. He's been doing it all year, Chad. I mean, he's a great player here.
Runner not going. That's tapped into the turf monster. All turf here at beautiful Notre Dame Prep. Notre Dame Prep gets here by way of an 8-1 win over Madison Heights Lamphere in the game that started at 10 a.m. Notre Dame Prep has a school record in wins. They're looking for their 30th here in this district championship game. They had a 14-game win streak from late April to mid-May. And they're currently on a 7-game win streak, and they've won 21 of their last 22 games. That's quite a bender. Ground ball to second, second for one, relay to first, and it is an Irish double play. Sound defensive play, Jansen to Fallon, 2 for the price of 1.
Well, I got to tell you, maybe they should have followed the Tony Romo. He should have hit and run, frankly. This is why you hit and run, so you don't run into this situation. A ground ball is sometimes worse than, a strikeout's probably better than, honestly, because then you're not running it out, right? So a ground ball there, you've got to hit and run. You've got to do things to basically don't go station to station. You have to be a little bit more aggressive there.
Here's Hudson Rustevich. Sorry.
Not against a good team like Notre Dame Prep, right? You can't go station to station. You got to push the envelope. You got to do hit and run. You got to steal. You got to do things that are going to take you out of situations like that.
Rustevich, the batter.
How great was that bomb in game one? My God, was that impressive or what?
Hit a grand slam in the 7th to break it back open for St. Mary's, who saw the lead go from 8 to 3. Fastball just misses. Oohs and ahs from this crowd that's now full on this beautiful near June day that feels like a late October.
Yeah, the Notre Dame Prep, they traveled well.
Yeah.
Well, they should travel well.
They didn't have to travel far.
It's their home field.
But yes. Catch in left field made by Laura for out number 3. So nothing across as we go to the second inning in Pontiac. Thanks for watching the district championship on the Prep and NFHS.
Because your future holds more than you ever imagined.
Because being your best starts with feeling at home.
Because learning is powerful when it is personal.
Because friends make life shine.
And the friends you make now will be friends for life.
Because just beyond your comfort zone is a beautiful place to be.
Because you don't even know all the talents hiding inside you.
Because 1,000 people, all different and each unique, can come together as one.
Because no matter your beliefs, this is the time to grow in spirit and in service to others.
Because the next 4 years will be big, and they can be epic.
Because you don't have to be Irish to be Irish.
Chad and Joe back with you. This is Fulcher, the batter for Notre Dame, the four-hitter. He's had a fine career and season. Owen Fulcher, just a junior. Ground ball to short. Brustevich off balance, throw to first. And he got him, making it look real easy. That was Tribal, by the way, at short. My bad.
No, that's
Hudson. that was
Hudson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I fall.
That's okay.
23 and 13. And
it's okay, Rod. Anyway, yeah, we're good. I will tell you, great play by Hudson Brustevich, though. Slow roller, basically. That's a college play that he just made. That's a college play.
Swing and a shot to left field on the run, and that's going to get past the left fielder, Borby. Chasing it down is Duff in center, and Jansen with a one-out double to left center to get the Irish riled up.
This crowd is definitely raucous today. They are definitely loud. They came hard today, I tell you. And Jansen, like, really, really good piece of hitting here. Sits back. Look at that, bam, right there in the left center gap. And again, that ball is, I keep saying this, Chad, today, that there's about a 15-mile-an-hour wind going across the diamond to left field, out to left. And so you got to really be careful about that. And again, he took advantage of it, and what do you know?
Here's Lutchman, Jack Lutchman, the junior. And Lutchman with a man on second and Jansen. Luke Crichton on the mound, and that one's fouled back. Crichton's had a great year on the mound, being the, call it 1A, 1B starters with he and Tuvalian on this roster. Luke, a two-way guy. He will not pitch at Indiana. We don't know. We don't think.
I don't know, Chad.
The way he's pitched, though, this year makes you think that he certainly could. But plays well both ways. Chopper to second. Klein has the bounding ball. Over to Conrad. And Lutchman advances the runner to third. Notre Dame Prep likes to play the small ball. And the crowd appreciates the effort here to go the other way to advance the runner.
I mean, no disrespect to the crowd, but, like, there's 2 outs now. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you're going to score on a base hit anyway. Sorry, crowd. Not like going to say you don't know anything about baseball, but I'm going to tell you that right now that doesn't really matter. I mean, on a base hit, man on second, especially with Jansen's speed, he's going to score easily with 2 outs. So I can appreciate the ground ball to the right-hand side doing the infield, but that's usually at 0 outs. You know, that makes it better that way. So
this is Jack Fallon, the batter, the sophomore.
Was that an elitist kind of an attitude right there? A little bit of an elitist attitude.
Kind of.
Like, I know more than you do?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Jansen at third. He had the one-out double. There's a firm fastball from Luke on the outside corner. Of course, the Eaglets play 2-3 ball in their league called the Catholic League.
I will tell you,
it's different
Chad,
today. It's 4-3 baseball.
If you go anywhere in the country and you say we play 2-3 ball,
okay,
they will never literally, like, they can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then you think, my gosh, that makes you a better two-strike pitcher or two-strike hitter. Also, the pitching side, you're not getting wear and tear in your arm. You're usually having a 70-pitch outing at the most.
Notre Dame Prep, former members of the Catholic League.
They should come back. We'd welcome them back.
Strike 3 called. Runner stranded at third on Crichton's third punch out of the day. Side retired, but not before that double The loud double from Jansen that made a statement. Nothing across. Back after this.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Chad and Joe back with you from Notre Dame Prep. This is Drew Tribal to lead things off. 2 doubles in game 1. He drove in the first round with a loud double off that 350 sign in center. Big bat, and this is a big-time prospect, an uncommitted prospect, Drew Tribal. There's a ground ball to second, handled by Fulcher and then bobbled. So an error for Notre Dame Prep, and Tribal will take it.
Yeah, this isn't any different than the Crichton. You hit the ball hard, you're going to make them make plays, right? You're going to have to make them make plays. Tribal, if you look at the last 2 games here, I would probably say, I'd argue that Tribal has hit the ball harder than anyone else on both teams. I mean, would you agree with me, Chad?
Yeah, Exavilo is huge with it.
It is. Now, he's been a bunch of foul balls, or a couple foul balls, but I'm not kidding. In terms of getting up there, barreling balls, Tribal's been the best at that.
He does run well. Great bloodlines with his father, Matt, college basketball player at Canisius.
Uncle's former Tiger, Gabe Alvarez.
Yep. Ground ball, double play ball. Second at Jansen to short to Roa for 1. Relay to first. And it's an Irish double play.
Again, Chad, St. Mary's needs to stop thinking station to station. You've got to be stealing. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to be hit and running. You've got to take yourself away from this double play. This is the second one's happened. If you go station to station, this is what's going to happen.
Pretty twirl by Roa.
Oh, Roa's an athlete, dude.
Pitch that was inside, and this is now Carter Klein, the Wayne State commit, and a guy that's key to this Eaglet team's success. Had a big first game. Had that 2-run single that extended the lead to 4-0.
Yeah, he's a good player. Just committed to Wayne State, and I'm a fan of this kid.
Chopper to third, handled by Offer, throw to first, inning over. Quick move through with a double play and the second of the game for the Irish. Erases the Eaglets' threat and the error. Back with more on the Preps coverage thanks to NFHS right after this.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Here comes Josh Laura, who pops up the first pitch from Crichton. Derek Conrad, the senior, calls him off. And it's a 1-pitch pop out in foul territory for Notre Dame Prep.
Chad, have you do you feel like you're in a whirlwind? By the way, Alex Alezi just walked right across from me. My gosh, the Alex Alezi, Chief Strategy Officer.
Did you touch it? Did you?
Yeah, it's
leave him alone, man. He's got security with him.
Kind of a dog, man.
He's on an off day. Leave him alone.
His kid, like.
There's a swing and a shot, high and deep to left, way back and off the fence. Borby will handle it, but it's the second double of the day. And this time it's from Wiebelhaus, the senior captain, and the University of Cincinnati football commit. This was a smoke job.
That was an absolute. He's a linebacker, and he fills the A gap right there on that one. My gosh, that was a seed, absolute seed. And wow, Wiebelhaus wobble, but they don't fall down. He did not fall down. Wiebels wobble, but they don't fall down.
Here is Tomasino Offer, the speedy leadoff man, all-state goalie in soccer on the state championship soccer team.
I got to tell you, Chad, the first round through this lineup, this team is for real. They are very good. I keep talking about 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters that you've got to get contribution. They've got some good. There've been some great at bats. It's been quick, but there's been some great at bats from Notre Dame Prep. This is a good team.
Offer having a big year. Looks at one low. Again, you get a team like Notre Dame Prep that's won 21 of their last 22 games. I mean, just feel like you can win every time out, and you should win every time out.
But you gotta tip your cap to Jason Gendro too. I mean, only 14 guys came out to play this year, Chad. I mean, they have 14 guys on varsity. That's pretty amazing. Like, that is a small team. And 12 of the 14 played in other sports. Now, here's the great thing. They put 12 of 14 played in other sports, but they had championship football. They were on that. They were in the regional championships in soccer. They were in the district champions in they're around winners. Notre Dame Prep and the other sports have been winners, and these guys have played other sports, multi-sport athletes here, and only 50% of them, of the 14, play summer ball.
2-2, the count to Tomasino Offer. His brother Benedetto Offer, a freshman on the team. Strike 3 called. Strikeout is completed by Alezi. And there are now 2 outs in this Notre Dame third inning.
Alezi took one in the chest right there, man. It was like he got crossed up by Crichton. He's like yelling at Crichton. Crichton, I called the fastball. And or maybe it was a curveball, and Crichton threw a gas right down the middle and caught him right in the chest. Good job by Alezi keeping in front of him, keeping his composure after he lost his breath, and basically steps inside and fires a bullet down to first base.
Here's Drake Roa, who pops it up high to left field, but playable, should end the inning. Borby over, makes the catch, and the side retired. So, Notre Dame Prep gets a double, and he's stranded. Nothing to cross. Let's go to the bottom of the third, and Pontiac, the Yak. Glad to be here. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the district semifinals. We're about set here at Notre Dame Prep. Proud to be joined by the Associate Athletic Director at Notre Dame Prep, Aaron Kraus. Aaron, what a beautiful setting today for a district title here in Division II. What does it take to put on one of these district championships?
Well, we're incredibly fortunate to have such a great baseball community. You know, it's all hands on deck to put together such an event like this. Very fortunate to have, 4 real competitive baseball schools as well, which makes it really easy on our end from a communication standpoint. We can get everyone on board and enjoy a great day of MHSAA baseball together.
It's been an outstanding season for your club. This has been a record-setting year for wins. This program's really humming with what they've done with Coach Gendro and the Irish.
It really has been, and Coach Gendro, since taking over, 8 years ago, has done a tremendous job. One thing I love with this particular group is a number of multi-sport athletes, kids that were part of a baseball and a soccer state title this fall. So they've been in big moments, but I think more importantly, love representing their school and playing for us here at Notre Dame Prep.
What's it like from a competition standpoint? Are these kids talking to multiple sports saying, listen, we did it in football, we did it in soccer? That becomes contagious, right, in a good rivalry?
It really does. So I think there's that expectation of not only who's next, but I think being in that big moment and knowing how to handle those pressure situations is something we've seen with those athletes has really played to our advantage during the course of the school year.
Betty Roble, of course, your longtime excellent athletic director. She has to be proud of what she's put in place here. Talk about Betty, her influence, and her impact for Notre Dame Prep.
Gosh, and I think when you think Notre Dame Prep athletics, Betty Roble is that first name that comes to mind. Not only a legendary volleyball and softball coach, but you see her footprint in this athletic program. I think particularly with our coaches, our parents, our community, just living that mission statement of Notre Dame Prep, and no one lives better by example than Betty does.
What's it like here at Notre Dame Prep for those that have not attended here or been a teacher or an athletic director? What's the vibe at Notre Dame Prep? What makes it special?
Sure, and I think it's special right when you come on campus, and that goes back to the people that we have here, the teachers, the coaches, the parents, the student athletes, individuals that really just buy into that mission of Christian people, upright citizens, and academic scholars. It becomes contagious, just like that winning has this year, and we're just super proud of the community that we have here at Notre Dame Prep.
We've talked about the success in the fall and some in the winter. What are some other spring events going on this spring? And I know you guys are shooting for some titles and some districts and regionals upcoming.
We are, and today is one of those big days, district and state final day. We have some athletes in track and our girls tennis team. We're hoping for big things out of the day. Obviously with baseball, the district final coming up. It's been a great year and there's so much to celebrate. So hopefully we can cap off this spring with another title or two.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys being out here and the coverage you provide our athletes in Michigan.
You bet. Thanks so much. That's Aaron Krause, the Associate Athletic Director at Notre Dame. We're back with more on the Preps coverage of the district semifinal and finals right after this. Welcome back to the action. Good to hear from Aaron Krause, the Associate AD from Notre Dame Prep. Meanwhile, St. Mary's advances the runner with an Alezai sacrifice after the Conrad single. And what happened here, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, he thought it was going up the middle. Tough one. It's a tough. He could have bobbled. He could have anything, and it wouldn't be that situation. But that's just a tough situation. But again, now smart by Preston Duff, right? He got on second base, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. 2 outs here. He's going to score on a base hit anyway. So, yes, it sucked that he basically didn't do very good on the third. But again, Duff ran to second base, and that's good. So.
Duff at second. Here comes the starting pitcher, Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit, facing the Lehigh commit and the left-hander, Henry Ewells. Just a junior, two-way guy, very good at the plate as well. Strong defensive first baseman, too. Throw back to second, and Duff will watch that go into center, but nothing doing.
Ewells. Isn't that like a female calf or something like that? Or
no, there's a mule.
No, Ewells is like something, I think.
Okay.
Got to be like some kind of like righteous or something. Maybe it's like Latin. It means like, tough.
I think that's possible. Crichton awaits the pitch. That's swung on and driven to left, down the line and deep and over the head of the left fielder Fallon. That's going to score Duff, and Crichton will cruise into second with an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Let's take a look at this one, Chad. I got to tell you, absolute seed. He sits on that pitch. Here's the thing. I keep talking about that wind, Chad. That's a 20-mile-an-hour wind. Again, they had a tough time fielding that ball, but you got to give credit to Luke Crichton. Luke Crichton, absolutely. It's a 102 off the bat right there. He just hits a seed off the left field fence. So, again, you got to play that wind. It's really tough today, but at the same time, when that ball's screaming at you like that, tough play. Tough to actually field that ball.
So that brings up the Eaglets.
Helped himself out too, right?
Yeah, that's it. Nate Bauman, the batter. Bauman's had a solid day.
And like I said, you look back on it and you kind of go, okay, well.
Ground ball to short. Scooped up by Roa. Runner to third. out at first as Bauman, inning over. But the 2-out RBI by Crichton to help the Eaglets and his own cause.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown, Warriors! What a cut. All right, let's take a look at that Notre Dame lineup. Offer to lead it off, followed by Roa, Ewells, Fulcher, Jansen, Lutchman, Fallon, Laura, and Weebelhaus. And we are right in the middle of that order with Ewells, the starting pitcher. So pitcher on pitcher. Crichton had that battle in the previous inning and took advantage and had the biggest hit of the game, that RBI double.
Yeah, let's see if Henry Ewells can, or Hank Ewells I like to call him, Hank can actually help himself out here as well.
Slider over for a strike.
He's a
from
big dude,
Crichton.
by the way. He's a big dude, Chad. I mean,
Yeah,
this
he is.
Henry Ewells, he's going to Lehigh. He's thick.
Swinging the grounder to short. Bristevich up with it. Throws to first. And there's one out here in the Irish fourth.
You know, I'm not sure if Bristevich is going to play short in college, but I got to tell you, he looks fantastic out there.
He can.
He's so versatile. He can play anywhere. That's the whole thing.
I think he projects maybe at the corner a little better.
Well,
but the fact that he can handle it.
Well, I mean, great athletes play shortstop, right? I mean, he's great there. And the funny thing is that he could play anywhere, though.
Yeah.
And again, here's the thing: if you hit, you don't sit.
Here's the defense for the Eaglets. Tribal at third, Bristevich at short, Klein at second, Conrad at first, Alezai behind home plate, Borby in left field, Duff in center, and Bauman in right field for the Eaglets. Crichton on the mound, and he's facing Ethan Jansen, who had that double to get the party started for the Irish. Pitch is taken outside.
Wow.
It just missed.
Yeah, that's a tight one.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen an umpire return or overturn a striker ball.
Have you really gotten into it with an umpire before?
Okay, so I got a great story about that. Only time I've ever been thrown out of a youth baseball game ever, and I'm not proud of that.
Line drive to right, hit hard but right at Bauman.
Look at Bauman, man. He's like
out.
strutting out there. My God. That's some swagalicious out there.
Oh, yeah, a little casual.
Yeah. Bauman the swag man.
Stroll and snatch.
The swag man. Look at him.
This.
Look at this.
Calm, cool.
No big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal.
10 on the swag meter.
Oh, my gosh.
That's
I
like
love
you
that
out
kid.
there.
Yeah. Oh.
Showboating
Oh,
off.
I'd go behind my back probably on that one.
I think so. Drop it probably.
Yeah, I've got a great story we'll have to tell when we have some time about Parker Bristevich.
Ah, okay.
He's the reason I got thrown out of the game. He is the reason why.
Is that right?
Yes, Bristevich is the reason why I got thrown out.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, man on first and second, right? Parker's on first base. Ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman picks it up, and he tries to tag Parker, and Parker eludes his tag.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets to second base. And the umpire called Parker out. And Parker looked at me and said, he didn't touch me. And I said, I walked out there and I said to the umpire to ask him the question. I said, Parker, did he tag you? And Parker said, "Don't, Coach, he did not tag me." Now, here's the thing about Parker Brustevich and all the Brusteviches. They're good Christian kids. They are absolute good.
Lie.
They don't lie.
Yeah.
They don't lie. So I looked at the umpire and I said, "Are you trying to tell me that this kid's a liar? This kid's not a liar.
Wow,
this kid's the nicest kid I've ever met in my entire life. This kid is an amazing kid. He is the most amazing." You trying to tell me this
the
kid's
Irish
lying?
guilt on the Irishman.
I did, and the umpire tossed me. Yeah, so it's Parker's fault. Totally Parker's fault.
7U, 8U. Slider that somehow misses.
It was 12U, so it still didn't mean anything. But yeah.
This was close, Joe. Nice slide piece, and replay says.
Yeah, Anthony Alezai had a great frame on that too.
Fouled back just a bit.
I mean, here's the thing about Anthony Alezai. He frames the ball incredibly well. I mean, he is an advanced framer. And so from the casual observer, behind him, the parents, and to the right of him on first base and third base, they look like strikes. But in reality, his job is to just, make sure they look like strikes.
Jansen's job was to get on base. He does that with one out, representing the tying run here in the fourth. And now here comes Jack Lutchman, the right-handed hitter.
Yeah, Coach Shenrow said that this kid has really had a breakout season this year, has really done a good job, and has really been a team guy and done a lot of the things that he needed to do. He just said that he's been a really good addition to the team, but has done a lot of things that he's needed to do for the team and not afraid to lay down a bunt, to hit and run, or get a base hit.
Pitch in the dirt. Both teams with rather convincing wins in their first round. St. Mary's has been ranked as high as #1 in Division II for most of the year. Notre Dame Prep has been ranked as high as 3rd. Seen him at 5th. Eaglets have been right around that same range. So these are two top 5 teams. Swing that Conrad will handle for the final out. Irish strand a runner, Eaglets +1. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth.
Because your future holds more than you ever imagined.
Because being your best starts with feeling at home.
Because learning is powerful when it is personal.
Because friends make life shine.
And the friends you make now will be friends for life.
Because just beyond your comfort zone is a beautiful place to be.
Because you don't even know all the talents hiding inside you.
Because 1,000 people, all different and each unique, can come together as one.
Because no matter your beliefs, this is the time to grow in spirit and in service to others.
Because the next 4 years will be big, and they can be epic.
Because you don't have to be Irish to be Irish.
Here come the Eaglets in the fourth. Brustevich pops one down the right field line. In foul territory is Laura to make the catch. One swing, one out. And a big out at that for Notre Dame Prep.
Yeah, I think Parker needs to be a little bit more patient on that one. I think if he'd take that one back, I think.
There you see the Eaglets lineup with Crichton, Bauman, Brustevich, Tribal, Borby, Klein, Conrad, Alezai, and Duff. And we are right in the middle of the lineup with one of the Eaglets' hottest hitters, Drew Tribal, uncommitted junior power 4 prospect. Outside.
Have you seen his sister play?
Yeah, Mia. We covered one of her games. She's outstanding.
Legit player, middle infield.
D1 signee to James Madison.
Yeah, good athlete.
She didn't lick it off the grass. Her mother, Raquel, was a softball collegiate player at Canisius.
Yeah.
The Division I level.
We should have a poll or a contest. Who's got more athletic? You know what we should do? We should start like a little contest. on who could be more athletic, Courtney Crichton and Brad Crichton, or the Tribals.
Oh.
Like, that'd be a good one. Like,
Throw the Moonies in there.
Oh,
you and Jen.
You got Jen.
Oh, stop it. She brings it.
Oh,
I've seen her
come on.
golf. She's got
come on.
very good form.
Jen's smart, but come on.
She can crush the ball. At least that's what you say on your posts. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Fair territory. This should be an easy one for the Irish. High sky. And on the mound, Roa, the future Chip, takes charge.
Yeah, I got to tell you, for those of you at home, that's not an easy play. Like, Roa actually had to make a hard play there because coming towards the mound, you got to worry about the mound. You're running towards the ball. That's a tough one.
Here's the defensive lineup for Notre Dame Prep. It's Fulcher behind home plate, Offer at third, Roa at short, Jansen at second base. Over at first base, it's Fallon, right field, Wiebelhaus. It's Sherfoley in center and Laura in left.
Can I give a shout out, Chad?
Yeah.
Jackson Borowski
is here.
Yes, he came by with the not Jackson Borowski. I'm sorry, Luke Borowski.
Yeah.
Luke Borowski.
Talked about his exit velo for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That earned you that snack.
Speaking of exit
There's a
velo,
shot to the gap. Borby rounding first, headed to second, and he's in there with a pair of khakis.
Look at him with the little Mr. Miyagi right there.
That's right. Flying crane. And
wipe on, wipe off. It's a seed to the right center gap. Does a great job. It was a fastball in the outer half and just kept his hands aside and just drove it up there to the right side. Great job. But Luke Borowski, the exit velo king, Adams High School slugger, brought us bark thins, some pretzel and sea salt bark thins. I got to tell you.
We appreciate that.
Dude,
too.
that was huge. Anyone that wants to bring food to
us,
us, I will give them a shout out. I can tell you that right now. We tried to do the chicken last year. That didn't work. But the bark thins.
He failed us in that.
Luke Borowski, shout out for the bark thins.
Thank you, Luke. Sophie Borowski, his sister, was an intern at the Prep.
Yeah.
Pitches upstairs. This is Klein, the batter. Carter Klein, double C's, senior.
Wayne State commit.
Yep. 2 RBIs in game 1. Borby on at second with 2 outs. Eaglets have been clutch with 2-out hits all season long. Did it against Brother Rice, and they've done it here today against Country Day earlier. And their 1 run earlier was a Crichton RBI double with 2 outs. Comfortable conditions now, low 60s. Bit of a breeze. Sun is set.
This game is flying. If you get
Yeah,
people better tune into this thing because it's a flying game. Hitters count.
Wow, strike call. Well placed pitch from Henry Yules.
All right, bud, you got it.
3-1 count. Threw a curveball in there. Wow.
Pitch
Full
number
count now.
37. And he walked him.
Tried to go back to it.
Yep. Good eye by the Eaglets. Carter Klein, and so now that'll bring up Derek Conrad, the Macomb, Dakota transfer, a state champion in football on Jermaine Gonzalez's football team earlier this year.
Voted most likely to get a tattoo, first tattoo.
Jermaine or Derek?
No, Derek Conrad. Voted for his teammates, most likely to get a tattoo.
Okay. Pitches inside. The Big Bopper, as they call him.
Hit a bomb against Adams when we were there, right?
He did. One of 6 home runs.
Did you see
on
him when
that
he
day.
came around and they do the celebration where he jumps into the face? He like had a little vertical there. He's got an athlete there.
They got him back up.
Jermaine Gonzalez says, man, this kid's an athlete.
He knows it. Pitches up and away.
You got a 2-5?
Eaglets won their 9th state title in football. And guess what? Notre Dame Prep won their state title in football as well.
They did.
Pat Fox, their head coach.
Oh.
There's a swing and a drive right at the left fielder, Fallon. That one a little bit more flat than I thought.
Yeah.
My bad. Inning over, Notre Dame Prep pitches out of it. Yules dealing.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
That's Jason Gendro, the head coach in his 8th year. Got here in 2018, and he took a team that really wasn't strong and really has built something special here, Joe. Look, he's a Central Michigan grad, 395 overall wins. He's closing in on 400 wins, a great career.
Yeah, he started at Notre Dame Prep 8-23, turned it around at 27-7 in 1 year. Amazing guy. Actually, you know what he comes from, Chad? Jason Genro, when he grew up, he had a summer job, and his summer job was working on a potato farm for $3 an hour, grinding in the potato farms, digging his hands, grabbing those spuds, getting those spuds out of the ground. I'm telling you, for $3 an hour, that whole gritty summer job type of atmosphere has poured over into this Notre Dame Prep kind of team, as well as his 3 kids.
He played for the legend Irv Sigler at Belding High School on the left side of the state. Fly ball right field, Bauman has it. And a fly out for Jack Fallon.
I love how the story about he brought Tommy Krajewski, who's the Hall of Fame baseball coach out of Oxford. Tommy was living in Oxford, and he basically camped out on his front porch and said, "Hey, man, I need you to be my pitching coach." And what do you know? They've got a team ERA under 3. They've been an amazing, amazing pitching team. And, I'm just a big fan of people that give to the community like Jason Genro does.
Former 3rd-round pick out of Michigan State, Tommy Krajewski.
Yeah.
Ex-Avondale head coach. First year at Notre Dame Prep, and yeah, not a bad guy to lead your pitching staff. Eaglets have a former big leaguer as well running their pitching staff, and Pat Mish.
Yeah.
Who has done wonders with their pitching program.
When you got 5 horses that throw 90 miles an hour, there's a lot you can do with it, too. You can't win the Kentucky Derby on a donkey.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Fouled back. This is number 11, Josh Laura.
You know who we got in the fans here, too? We got Todd Bardis back there, too. Oh, my gosh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Big Todd Bardis.
Oh, he's lingering back there. Is that Parker Brestevich as well?
Oh, man. We got Parker Brestevich.
Swing and a miss. Laura is out. 2 up, 2 down for Crichton. Here's how it went down.
Yeah, just a great slider on the outside the part plate. And just basically, he's induced probably 6 or 7 swing and miss with that pitch today.
So that'll bring up Mike Wiebelhaus, the senior.
Hit a seed last time. Weebles wobble. They didn't fall down on that one.
5 strikeouts for Crichton. Popped him up right side. Conrad is called off by Klein respectfully, and it ends the inning. 1-0 St. Mary's. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. This thing is cruising along.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
So here come the Eaglets in the 5th. Here comes Nick DePonio in his 2nd year. What a great job Nick has done coaching the Eaglets, his 2nd stint, and a fabulous job his first time around. A couple state title appearances. He won a state title in high school as a senior in 1998 at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Runs a very successful business in HVAC out in Milford. And right now, his team in line for a district title. There is chicken left on the bone, but Eaglets trying to add to it right now against the very tough Henry Yules, the Lehigh commit.
Yeah, Hank Yules done a great job here. Again, I haven't seen his stuff be overpowering, but here's the thing. He has been pounding that zone. I'm really, really liking watching him pitch. I mean, it's very efficient, Chad. He works fast. He's got a purpose with every pitch. I've been great take by Lezai there. That's a hard pitch to lead off or lay off on. That's a really hard pitch. It starts over the center of the plate and just drops down. That is a hard pitch at the feet.
Yules has thrown 50 pitches.
Tried to go back.
51 is given up 3 hits, 1 run. No strikeouts in the game, but just 1 walk. Ground ball sharply knocked down by Offer. It'll save a double, but it's an infield single off the bat of Anthony Alezai on a hard hit ball that was robbed of a double.
And they're going to get a courtesy runner here as well, which I think is good. But that's a good piece of hitting. That was a good battle by Alezai. I mean, he laid off a couple good pitches. He fouled off a couple good pitches. He was in a 2-2 count and then just absolutely hit a C down the line on that one. So, really a good at-bat. And Yules, again, good purposes, throwing strikes, pounding the zone, doing a lot of the right things. Hats off to both.
Yep. Shilp will come in and run. Here is Preston Duff, who's had a big day.
Duff.
Been tough to keep off base. The speedster stole 3 bases in game 1, had 3 hits, on base 4 times.
I got to tell you, we got a lot of celebrities in the crowd here today, Chad. We got Jason Oliver, Indiana. Ryan McKay from the second baseman from Michigan State.
Duff gets the bunt down. Yules throws to first. Mission accomplished. The runner advances to second. Yeah, a lot of stars out there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Parker Pico, right fielder. You got Ryan McKay, second team All Big Ten over here. You got Parker Brstevich behind me from Notre Dame. My gosh, it's like a star-studded cast over here. Todd, look at that. My gosh. Brad Crichton over there.
Jermaine Gonzalez.
Jermaine Gonzalez, probably the best athlete of them all.
Yeah.
It's a star-studded cast here.
Bardis, did you mention Todd Bardis?
I did, Bardis.
Okay.
Big Todd Bardis.
He's not far from here.
Todd Bardis has the best 80s and 90s stuff ever. My gosh, he
hot licks.
Yeah. Got the best stuff. If you haven't given a follow, give a follow to Todd Bardis. Great stuff if you're a 90s fan. Early 90s fan. Oingo Boingo. Oh.
There's a swing and a fly ball deep to left center, way back, and it's off the wall. Crichton goes gap, and it drives in a run. Shilpin to score, and Crichton gets his second double of the day and his second RBI of the day, and it's 2-0 St. Mary's.
You want to talk about helping yourself out? My gosh, he is helping himself out in this game. And again, the first game, Chad, in the first game, he was popping a lot up. He was getting under the ball, kind of dipping his back shoulder. This one, he's got on plane on both those at bats, and he's hit literally 100+ seeds to the outfield. That's what great players do, Chad. Yep. They make the adjustments in their swing, and they just hit seeds.
You bet. So here's the 2-hitter, Nate Bauman. 1 out in this 5th inning. Orchard Lake with 1 run in the 3rd and adding 1 run here in the 5th.
That's a crucial run.
Crichton helping his cause. Pardon the cliche, but
no, it's what he
means
is.
A little more when you're on the mound, right?
Yeah, and again, hats off to Alezai. You got to look at the previous bat by Alezai. Alezai had a bunch of balls that he fouled off, a bunch of balls that he basically thought were good pitches, but he took, and just made a good at bat. Then got on base. Huge.
So here's Bauman.
Swag unit, we call him. Swag unit.
Crichton at second base, of course, runs very well. A base hit would most undoubtedly score him. But Yules trying to hold that door. And again, no strikeouts in this game, but he's been effective enough, a strike thrower, and he's let his defense just do their thing. Yeah. 2 double plays have helped him.
The double plays were huge, and thank God for Crichton hitting seeds, right? That's been the whole ball game. You get Alezai on, and then you get Crichton hitting seeds, right? And he's driven in both runs, helped his cause, thrown a great game on the mound. Kid's the real deal, man. I'm telling you, this kid's a real deal at Indiana. They're getting a good one, man. They're getting a good one.
A team ERA of 1.98 for Notre Dame Prep. There's a liner down the line, and that's going to drop for a double or better. Crichton around third. He'll score. Sliding into second goes Nate Bauman. It's an RBI double for Bauman, and the Eaglets lead it 3-0.
Swag unit keeps his hands inside the ball right there and just kind of cuts the ball down the right field. He knows what he can do with the pitch and just kind of like, slices that ball down the right side, and then Crichton with his speed obviously comes around to score. But, again, Bauman, a lot of confidence up there, Chad. A lot of confidence.
So that brings up Hunter Bristevich with his brother Parker in the crowd and his future teammate at Notre Dame. Parker was in the top 4 in batting average on the team this year, and a regular starter who batted .300 on the year. That one is ripped hard right at the right fielder, Laura.
Yeah, Parker. See, you went to Notre Dame.
Out.
Went to Notre Dame, right?
Yep.
He's the one that got me kicked out of the game.
Yeah, he's here.
I know he's
Take
here.
it out on him.
Parker's like saying he's the reason I got kicked out of the game. Like he's looking at it. Yeah, he's the reason why.
So that swing not rewarded for his younger brother Hudson. So that'll bring up Drew Tribal, and they will walk Tribal.
Man, I got to tell you, though, Hudson can rake, can he?
Lefty on lefty, and they're going to walk him. That's quite a statement. And Borby will have a chance to get revenge with that decision.
With 2 outs.
Even with a lefty-lefty.
Yeah.
Notre Dame Prep wants nothing to do with him. It's understandable.
I'm telling you, Chad, Tribal has been a one-man wrecking show. I told you before the game, or right at the middle of the game, I said, hey, this kid out of all the at-bats has hit more balls hard today than I've seen from any team.
Yep.
So I see the lefty on lefty, situation. I understand what Gendro's trying to do there, Coach Gendro's trying to do. But frankly, if I'm Coach Gendro, I don't blame him. Andrew Tribal has been hitting seeds all day long.
Ground ball foul wide of the third baseman, Tomasino Offer.
Great name, by the way. All name team?
Gotta be. He's up there with Vito Zito.
Yeah, Vito Zito is probably all name team number 1, but
he's the captain.
Yeah, he's captain.
Already named.
But Tomasino Offer, I mean,
yeah, it's up
we got to get him an offer.
What
Come
about
on,
his brother?
colleges out there, give him an offer. Tomasino needs an offer.
Benedetto is his brother, so save room for him too.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That's the breaking ball, and it's taken by Wyatt Borby. What a story, what a season for the 5-hitter for the Eaglets, the senior batting over .300 in his first varsity action ever this season. 2 on, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Fly ball left field should be the final out. Fallon's under it, makes the catch, side retired. But Eaglets with damage done. They get 2 runs. Crichton drives in another, and they're up 3 on the road in uncharted waters at Notre Dame Prep. Let's go to the 6th.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Chad and Joe back with you. Want to thank our sponsor, Fidelity Investments, for making this broadcast possible. Get to their investment centers all across Metro Detroit, and we thank them very much. They are located all across. You can find them in Farmington Hills, in Ann Arbor, Grand Blanc, Grand Rapids, Novi, and Troy. We thank our friends at Fidelity Investments. Now then, Luke Crichton back on the mound. It's a shot off his ankle and into shallow right field. It's a base hit for Tomasino Offer in a loud and rude way to start the 6th.
The all-name, second-team all-name guy comes through here with a shot off of Crichton's ankle there. Crichton looks unfazed. They check on him. I'm not saying it wasn't a hard hit, but it didn't seem like it hit like, any kind of bone or hard part of his leg. This went off his calf. Happens. We'll see what they do with it, though.
Here comes the ever-dangerous Drake Roa, the Central Michigan commit who came in hitting .450.
I like this kid.
Yeah, he's going to finish in the 30-plus club, which is a tough one to be a part of. 30-plus hits, RBIs, runs scored, and stolen bases. This is quite the player and the future Chippewa, Drake Roa.
Yeah, this kid's good.
He is the son of former big leaguer Joe Roa, 18th round pick in the 1989 Major League Baseball draft.
Pride of Hazel Park High, right?
Pride of Hazel Park High, proud Viking. Played for a number of teams. Lastly, for the Twins, there's a shot to center field. That's a base hit. And Roa just keeps that train a-running. And it's 2 on and nobody out for the Irish to start in the 6th.
The Roa constrictor's son comes up and starts constricting St. Mary's a little bit.
And it doesn't get much easier. Henry Yules with a chance to help his cause now.
Yeah.
A good two-way player, a contact guy with a lot of power. Not just a PO. This guy has a good stick.
No, good athlete, too. Great football player. I mean, he's going to get in here and compete. You watch this, Chad. He's going to get in and compete.
These two teams last met in the 2021 season in the regional finals in Novi. Orchard Lake St. Mary's would win that day. They would go on to win not just the state title, but the national title in 2021.
That's a great frame by Alezi. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, that's a great frame by Alezi.
And a nasty bender from Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit, to the set. Fastball outside corner firm. It's a fastball that gets what, Joe? 89, 90 at its hottest.
He's touched 90. But he's probably sitting around 80, 89. And I'm telling you, so efficient.
Breaking ball in the dirt. It's the changeup and the curveball.
Good curve.
And has that off speed to kind of set up a really nice 90s fastball.
Hank hung off that one. Good take. That's hard.
Pitcher knows pitcher. Game knows game. Shot to center, hit hard, but right at Duff for out number 1. So a loud out number 1. The runners have to stay put, and that'll bring up the 5-hitter, Fulcher.
That's the thing about baseball, Chad. I mean, here's the thing. That ball's to the right or the left, that's a gap, and we've got a 3-2 game. I mean, that kid hit it hard. Hank hit it hard on that one.
Here comes Fulcher, a guy who's a junior with Division II interest. Catcher, third baseman, and some say the best swing on the team. He hit a home run 417 feet onto that school a couple of weeks ago, and it was the longest home run that the coach had seen since Alex Mooney's home run in 2018, he said. That's your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freshman year.
Yep. Oh, it was freshman, Alex.
2018.
Okay.
Graduated in 21. Do the math, Chad.
I can't. That's why you're here. Pitches up and in. Owen Fulcher, the batter. Good size, 6'2", 215.
I like this kid. He's
two-way starter in football as well.
He's athletic.
Crichton to the set, runner at second, Offer. Pitches low, gets away from Alezi, and the runners will move up. Roa to second, Offer to third. Tying run at the plate, timeout Eaglets.
I mean, here's the thing about this, is that the only thing that I don't get too concerned about the two runners. I get concerned about taking out of the double play. That's the big thing, is the double play. The two runners, I mean, extra base hit, they both score anyway, right? But taking away from the double play is tough.
Conrad in at the corner at first. Tribal even with the bag and now in at third. Fulcher against Crichton. It's 1-0 West Bloomfield over Walled Lake Western in the district championship game, being covered by the Prep and NFHS. 3-0.
You know, Coach Gendro said that he does have the best swing on the team, but it's interesting. He also is he's interested in aviation.
Yeah.
And possibly wants to go to aviation school, be a pilot.
Very cool.
Let's see if he can fly here, Chad. 3-1 count, his pitch.
Crichton doesn't mess with him. It is a bases loaded, and now it is a force scenario. And that'll bring up Jansen, Ethan Jansen, the senior, who already has a big hit in this game. Coach Gendro wants to have a word, and so does Pat Mish, the former big leaguer and the pitching coach for St. Mary's. Theo Piccarelli, also an assistant and a former Eaglet, 2010 grad.
Westside Teddy.
That's right. Peter Varon, also an assistant. Pat Mish, as we just mentioned, and Dominic Carmasino, the assistants under Nick DePonio in his second year. So what do you say
They must
here?
be paying those assistants really well. Did you see the thing online on Theo Piccarelli's kid Nico on his first birthday?
No.
They had like a Masters themed birthday party. He had like all kinds of like gift baskets and like, you know, a putting green brought in. I mean, it was like they must be paying that guy $1 million over at St. Mary's because it was unbelievable.
Well, Westside Teddy draws those kinds of funds. He's earned it.
I was more offended I didn't get invited.
There you see double barrel coverage by the Prep and NFHS. Ground ball to third. The force is at home. There's one out, and that's what they'll get. So it's a force out and a heady play at third by Tribal to come home. Alezi with a snatch, and the Eaglets get the force.
Good job, Drew.
Yeah, big play. I mean, think about that, right? It's somewhat of a routine play by Tribal, but he bobbles this ball. Anything happens. That's a critical play right there. Good job by Alezi. Good footwork.
And you got to really concern yourself with where you throw that ball if you're
100%.
Tribal. You got to be careful.
100%.
Got inside the baseline just like you're supposed to and got the out. And it doesn't get easier. This is Jack Lutchman. Lutchman spelled Leuchtmann. I bet you would not get that
Likely.
right in a spelling bee.
I don't know.
You would not get that right in a spelling bee.
Well, if it was pronounced right? Leichman, Leuchtmann.
It's pronounced right. It's just spelled different.
I don't know. Yours is the American way. I'm like more of the organic kind of guy.
Obviously, spelling wasn't your strength. Fastball in the outside corner that just misses. I know math is. Can't have it all.
Yeah, you know, multi-talented.
Yep. Roa at third. Fulcher at second. Jansen at first. High leverage situation in the sixth. Strike called. That's the breaking ball.
Great pitch.
Crichton ahead, 1-2.
That's a dirty bender right there,
Lutchman.
Chad. Dirty bender. Oof. Big pitch here. Big pitch.
Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Luke with a fist pump. Rare emotion for the Indiana commit. Eaglets force a stranded, bases loaded situation out of the inning. To the sixth we go. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Eaglets now 22-12, 15-7. They finished second in the best league in the state behind Warren de La Salle, who won their district yesterday. But the Eaglets are gunning for the Division II title. It's a storied baseball program, 826 co-divisional students, 2 national titles, 7 state titles, notable alumni Owen Schubert.
Nolan
Schubert. I'm seeing things at this point.
My gosh.
Sophomore for Oklahoma State.
Junior.
Junior
for Oklahoma State.
Oh my goodness, is he a junior?
Do you want me to take over, Chad?
Do you? Yes.
I mean,
you wish to
junior
take
at
over.
Oklahoma State, he's a great player. Actually, amazing player there. And also Notre Dame Prep. I mean, they've been an amazing program as well. Independent Division II. Notable alumni, Luke Schilling. Luke Schilling was a White Sox pitcher.
Sure.
Yes, and he threw gas. I remember going to a game. James Benici, who is the Rays scout, who I knew in high school, said, hey, do you want to go and watch this kid named Luke Schilling pitch? This guy threw gas. Like, he was a big dude, too. He was imposing. He was a competitor. Luke Schilling, if you're listening, you were a dog.
And he owes you $50. There's a ground ball to third, charged by Offer, and the throw to first to Lutchman for the out. 1 up, 1 down, and the St. Mary's bottom half of the 6th, leading 3-0.
Let's go, Conrad. Number 25, Derek Conrad.
Glad I could bail you out there, Chad. Just want to let you know that.
That's what you're here for.
Yep.
You should just know you're here to bail it out. I mean, we're a team. When I'm falling, I need you to pick me up.
Win or tie, I'm with you all the way.
Yeah. Conrad, the batter, facing Yules. Tapped to third again. Offer's been a busy boy, and he's done all of his tasks quite nicely today.
Great play by Offer there. That's not an easy play. You've got to sit back. It's a hard bouncer. He knows he's got some time, and then fields right through the ball. Great transfer, fields right through the ball.
So 2 outs, base is clear, and that'll bring up Alezai. And Anthony takes one high.
He looks comfortable in there.
What's his swag meter?
Well, with the Jordan like flag or whatever in this back pocket
It's a
right
towel.
there. It's a towel.
I think.
I don't
it's a
know.
towel.
Look, the swag meter is like 9.6 maybe with that towel. Without the towel, probably about 8.7.
What about the pocket out ever so innocently?
Yeah, that's just a little. That's a catcher. A little being rough. He looks
think
comfortable
so?
in there though.
It might be intentional.
Yeah.
Betty Rubel is.
It helped him last game.
Yeah, athletic director at Notre Dame Prep. Jermaine Gonzalez, the athletic director at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Both are in the house, supporting their fine institutions.
Yeah, I spoke to Betty.
I didn't get a chance to talk to her yet, but we did have a nice chat with Aaron Krause. We had a nice chat with Jermaine Gonzalez.
Jermaine Gonzalez, probably, arguably best athletic director athlete in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, I'd put him in a sprint with anybody.
Who else do we got?
Huh?
Who else? I don't know who else.
You could throw in some others. Aaron Babbitt's. Throw to first, but I mean, you know, he's not touching Jermaine. But I'm just saying. You asked who else is in there. We digress. Let's go to the 7th. Eaglets by 3.
Because your future holds more than you ever imagined.
Because being your best starts with feeling at home.
Because learning is powerful when it is personal.
Because friends make life shine.
And the friends you make now will be friends for life.
Because just beyond your comfort zone is a beautiful place to be.
Because you don't even know all the talents hiding inside you.
Because 1,000 people, all different and each unique, can come together as one.
Because no matter your beliefs, this is the time to grow in spirit and in service to others.
Because the next 4 years will be big, and they can be epic.
Because you don't have to be Irish to be Irish.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Thanks to our friends at Fidelity Investments. go visit Fidelity Investment Centers in Ann Arbor, Farmington Hills, Grand Blanc, Grand Rapids, Novi, and Troy. We thank Fidelity Investments for their sponsorship of this Division II District Championship from Notre Dame Prep. My name is Chad Bush alongside Joe Mooney. You good? You got that there?
Yeah, I'm good, Chad.
Okay.
Come on. I've been carrying you all day. I'm good.
7th inning, and Notre Dame Prep says we're not done yet. And how about it? Jack Fallon, the sophomore, starts things off right for Notre Dame.
All right, turn 2.
Good piece of hitting here going the other way. He'll get a courtesy runner in Benedetto Offer.
Yeah, look, he was not trying to do too much on that. And just, they need base runners right now. I mean, they need base runners. And Crichton, the problem with Crichton, not the problem, if you're Notre Dame Prep, the problem with Crichton is that he throws strikes.
That one is laced to right. That is going to stay up long enough for Bauman to snatch it head high. Crichton has gone 6 1/3. He's given up 6 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. And he's done enough to just throw strikes and let his defense work.
Right there, that's a hard hit ball, but it's right at the right fielder. And Weeblehouse here again. Crichton shouldn't worry about this. He just needs to go after him. Even if he goes deep on this one, it doesn't matter. It's a 3-2 game. He needs to, he's got 1 out. He just needs to pound the zone, pound the zone, pound the zone. Do not give up any easy ones, which are walks.
So now he will face Michael Weeblehouse.
And Weeblehouse is capable of going deep off the school. I mean, you saw that double he hit. It was like 5 feet off the ground, just a laser to the wall. Threw it right by him there.
He did.
Literally threw it right by him.
Come on, Luke, one more.
1-2 the count. Eaglets on the verge of a district title. Swing and a miss. 2 are out.
Yeah, baby.
And Crichton gets his 7th K of the day.
He looks better in the 9th. I'm telling you, Chad. This is a great pitch. He's just blowing gas right now. He's smart, right? Smart. Throw strikes, blow gas, let your fielders do it, right? It's hard to hit 90. It's hard.
So that will bring up Tomasino Offer, top of the lineup for the Irish.
You see Alezai with the little fake move over to first? I'm not sure if they're watching the last game. Obviously, Alezai ended the game with a pickoff of first. Right there. I don't think he needs to do it here.
No.
Keep deal, Luke.
Crichton has gone all the way for St. Mary's.
What a gem he's thrown.
Trying to get the complete game shutout.
Yeah.
Giving up 5 hits, but he's spread them out, and he's had a little turbulence, but not much.
Yeah, that's a hell of a pitch there, too.
But the bases loaded situation last inning was one that will go down.
Yeah.
As his biggest leverage spot that he wiggled out of.
I'm telling you, man. His brother Jack was the same way.
One more, Luke.
Just like literally we would throw him into games. It didn't matter if we had base. He would throw strikes every single time. Like, I don't know if Courtney's genetics basically allowed them not only to be good athletes, but also throw strikes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Crichton deals and Offer stays alive.
Tried to go with the high breaking pitch.
2-2. With 2 outs in the 7th. Eaglets an out away.
Chad, I got to say this too. Notre Dame Prep's going to be good next year. They only lose 2 starters from next year. They were a young team last year. They're kind of a young team this year. And they're going to be good next year. They only lose 2 starters next year. That's crazy.
Yep, future bright. Popped him up. This should end the ball game. And it does. Hudson Brestevich with a catch. And the Eaglets win it 3-0. And they win the district title at Notre Dame Prep. 3-0, a complete game shutout by Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit. And the Eaglets win another district title. Joe and I will recap it and discuss it when we come back to Notre Dame Prep right after this.
What makes a school great? What sets this school apart? It can be a challenge to sum up or pin down because it's so many things. Some you would expect, some you would never imagine, a few you will never forget, ever. It's discovering new talents, challenges to rise to, chances to shine. It's growing in spirituality and character, knowing we are each called by God to be a light in the world. It's exploring widely, understanding deeply. It's a family of friendships, passion in action, service to others, and maybe most important, it's a spirit that lifts us up, drives us forward, brings us together, and once experienced, makes you part of Notre Dame Prep. Forever.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think, it's a place where we learn how to think. Education of the mind can be found almost anywhere. Education of the soul is what I've been taught at St. Mary's. So, if you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Want to thank our friends at Fidelity Investments. Thanks for their sponsorship for this broadcast. Check out their centers all across Metro Detroit and Troy, Grand Rapids.
Good firm, Fidelity.
Absolutely. We appreciate their support. The Eaglets are the district champions 2025 at the Notre Dame Prep District. And Notre Dame Prep, a fine year, Joe. They finished 29-7, a school record in wins. The Eaglets moved to 23-11 on the year. The future's bright for Notre Dame Prep and their program under Coach Gendro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super bullish on Notre Dame Prep. I mean, it's tough. They had a tough district in general, obviously, facing St. Mary's, and who's been here many, many times. It's a really tough district, and but Notre Dame Prep, they are going to be good next year. Like I am telling you, I am very bullish on Notre Dame Prep. That's a Fidelity term, by the way. Just wanted to throw in your thing. I'm very bullish, right? If they're a stock, I'm buying it, my friend. Only losing 2 starters, so I'm very happy with them. And congratulations to them as well. Great season.
This was a double play. Notre Dame Prep would turn a couple of them. It would keep them in this game, Joe, until the Luke Crichton double seen here. He was the big guy on the mound and also the big star swinging that bat.
Dude, he was big man on campus. The Indiana commit was unbelievable today. And we're going to get to him a little bit later, but I got to tell you, he was a man amongst boys. He on the mound, he was dominant. He was pounding the zone the entire time. In the box, he looks incredibly comfortable. Leveled out his swing from the first game, and I got to tell you, hit 2 seeds, 2 doubles that were 100 plus off the bat. The kid was unbelievable. Indiana's getting a good one.
They got some help here from Bauman as he went down the line. He had a big day. That would drive in a run, a big insurance run. The Eaglets would go up 3-0, and that's all they would need with Crichton on the mound. He was steady Eddie, getting the final out, an emotional 6th after the bases were loaded, and he struck out a favorable team. Look, Notre Dame Prep with some big-time players.
I'm impressed. Again, I keep talking about Notre Dame Prep playing multi-sports. These guys are athletes in the box, are athletes in the field, and they're also competitors. And so, these guys I'm super impressed what Coach Gendro's done, and they should be very, very proud of themselves.
All right. We will step aside, and we'll have our G of the game when we come back to Notre Dame Prep. 3-0 St. Mary's wins the district title. We're back with more from Pontiac right after this.
My time to shine. Got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Hey, we're Joe Mooney here down with the Prep, and we're down in the field with our G of the game. What do you know? We got Luke Crichton here. No surprise to anyone who's the G of the game. Luke Crichton. Let me just go through a couple of your stats, shall I? Okay.
Right.
Can I? Are you sure?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. 7 innings pitch, a complete game shutout. So on the mound, he was unbelievable, had 7 Ks. Also, in the box, he was 2 for 3 with 2 screaming doubles and 2 RBIs. I mean, the kid did it on the mound and in the box. Probably an easy unanimous selection as G of the game. Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so tell me, first of all, start on the mound, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about how your mound, what was your mindset there in the mound, and what were you thinking?
Fastball, I just like to work inside and out, move it around, and then curveball, slider, just move it around with the fastball. And then change up, it was all right today, but I didn't use it much.
Well, 77% of the time you got ahead of batters, right?
Yeah.
So you were ahead of batters. So tell me a little bit more about that. You were mixing it up too, fastball, curveball on your first pitch. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, first pitch is very important. Going to 0-1 is, as a hitter, I don't like that. So first pitch is important. Curveball, slider, fastball, I was throwing it all for first pitch.
Well, I think you were making people uncomfortable big time. And then in the box, obviously the 2 screamers. The first game, kind of, underneath the ball, a lot of pop-ups a little bit. Made the adjustment second game. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was under the ball first game. A lot of pop-ups, so I just thought about low line drives, and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, you had 2 screamers off the fence, and again, 2 RBIs as well. Okay, so the last couple questions I have here are kind of like a personal question. Who's the better athlete, your mom or your dad?
Here we go.
Your
mom for sure.
Mom for sure? Okay, good.
It's not very
I thought it
close.
was your mom as well. I wasn't sure. I was like, mom, dad, not sure who the better athlete was. You say mom?
For sure, it's not close.
Okay, good. Not even close? Good.
Yeah.
And then the mustache, is that new?
It is new. A few of the guys have it for playoffs, hoping to make a run. So.
Do you think it's going to get fuller as the season goes on? I mean, you better hope.
I really hope so. This is taking a little bit. So.
That's far. I mean, it's kind of looking a little sparse, but I don't know. For a starter, I like it.
Yeah.
It worked today.
Yeah, it did work today.
Okay, well, congratulations. Our G of the game, Luke Crichton. Unbelievable performance on the mound and in the box. What a great job, district champ. Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you.
Great job.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk. better yet, rum, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, then we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage today. I want to thank everybody for making this broadcast possible. Betty Roble, Aaron as well at Notre Dame Prep.
Yeah.
I want to thank both coaches from all three schools for making things possible. Joe, thank you, and especially to our staff. But we saw some good baseball today.
Yeah, thank our sponsors as well, Fidelity.
Fidelity Investments.
Yeah.
We move forward. St. Mary's will move along in Division II. Good baseball here today by all four teams that we saw.
Unbelievable fight in the first game by Country Day as well. And then obviously this game against Notre Dame Prep. The future's bright for Notre Dame Prep, which I'm excited for them as well. They should be very proud of the season they've had. It's going to be an exciting future for them.
That'll do it for our coverage. I want to thank all the folks for making this broadcast possible, starting with Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Matt Schwartz, the Schwartzenada, back off sabbatical on replay, Rob Hunter, the Huntman on audio, on graphics, Fritz Biermeister, the Biermeister making his first appearance, Chris Rose on camera 2, Daniel Higgins making his first appearance, not his last, Joe Mooney on color, Pat the Stat Bush on statistics. My name is Chad Bush. Thanks so much again for watching. Your final score, 3-0. Orchard Lake St. Mary's wins the district title, knocking out Notre Dame Prep. They'll move on to the regionals. Stay tuned for Prep coverage coming up next Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching on NFHS. We are the Prep. Have a great Saturday, everybody. So long.